How you all doing? I'm Ralfy here, Ralfy Customs. We're going to get Mr. Andrews finally finished off. I've done a few videos in the final stages series, and we're actually at the last time we'll be working on it. So, not sure how well it will translate into a video, but I'm going to do my best for you. Okay, so we are all stripped down. They need to come with me because they need welding today. They need tigging up, don't they, with a special bolt. They need not losing lot. Again, if you regular readers all know, if that'll focus, these are very, very special fender struts. Tops. These tops took some fucking making because they incorporate the Motor Gadget backlights. You'll see it when it's all back together. We just need to keep them separate like that. Where's the other special? There. Right, sorry, my bad. Everything apart from those, I believe, is finished. Finished. There's that yoke that I didn't record cutting the slots. And it went really well in the end. It didn't work out fucking perfect straight off the bat. The problem was I'd not got a slitting saw with a reach that I needed, and then I'd not got a fucking arbor to hold it in, so I bought a cheap arbor like a dickhead and got halfway through the first slot and snapped the fucking arbor in half. I don't even know where I've thrown it in disgust. So I had to make one. It would have made for a good video, but I was a bit stressed about getting this fucking sorted, so I just cracked on and finished those slots off yesterday. Put some pictures on the socials. Yeah, but that ended up working out really well. So now we've got the frame. I will most likely time lapse if I can find a strategic place to stick you while we weld up the frame. Now, I usually do it over there where our Simon shovel head is on that bench. It makes it a bit easier for me, but I'll just, it's nearly there. There's every mounting bracket that I've placed on is just tacked, so they all need welding. Yeah, everything here, look. All of these, the whole lot, and some areas of the frame. The underside, mostly, where I couldn't get to when it was on the bench when we very first built it. So what I do is tag sprags on. Look, see, it's got a bit of scrap across there, tacked onto those rails. The reason is that when we do these welds, it can pull the ends in. Yeah, same with this one. When we do those welds and those welds in there, it can pull them rails in. So we sprag it out. We just tack three bits of steel on there to stop those rails moving, and weld it up. Then it's a quick fettle, and me and Josh are going to stick it back together. Bolt everything on that needs bolting on, and you can see it in all its glory. So the first thing I do is go around with the fucking wire brush on the die grinder, just to get all the crap off around the joints that we're gonna weld. Like here though, let's find one I've not fucking done. In there, look, it's all fucking burnt up where the anti-spatter's gone off as I've fucking cleaned it. And these joints, they've been there fucking months, not welded, so I want to get the wire brush in there and get any rust out that might have formed on the steel, because we don't want a rusty weld. It'll give us porosity, give us lots of bubbles as the rust reacts when we're welding it. We don't want that. So go around it, everything you can see that you think you're going to weld with a wire brush, being very careful not to fucking wire brush yourself, because you'll lose. Version 2 of the Fuck Stock and Ralfy Customs stickers are now in stock. Check out the link in the description below. Fuck Stock, you know it makes sense. And then a liberal dose of the old fucking anti-smeg, anti-spatter spray, look. Just dust it over. There will be a load of shit and fucking spatter and all that stuff on it when we finish, so this just helps keep it down. Keeps it to a fucking minimal. Yeah, there's good stuff and bad stuff, and this stuff's alright. I buy it by the case because I get through a bit. So that's now ready. Like I say, I normally do it at the bench, but I'm going to grovel on the floor for the next fucking however long. I'll do a bit of a time lapse, showing me going around and welding it. What I won't do is weld all of that in one go, because that will fucking distort the job. So I will dot myself around a little bit. I'll do that side, then that side, and then that bit, and then that bit, and then spread it all out like, and just work my way through it before visually inspecting every single weld and join to make sure that I've not missed it or fucking fucked it up in any way. And then we'll give it a quick fettle. Right, that is done. We have both been round it several times. There is not a weld that's been missed or a weld that's too fugler, which coming from me is a fucking blessing. Most of the spatter, but not the finer details, I've got to be honest, has been knocked off. I always say, before you do anything with one of my frames, get it shot blasted. Right, not only does it clean it up good, and then you can see the ingress of spatter or whatever you want to clean off before you finish it, but it de-stresses the frame. There's a lot of fucking bends and eats and shit gone on there, you know what I mean? So it's all over the fucking place, internal stress-wise. Get it shot blasted, it'll relax it, it'll last you longer, and it'll give you a better finish whether you're powder coating it or painting it. Okay, and the last two pieces, we have welded up. I don't bother welding, it's a lot that is, right in there, because you're going to blow it out. It's not fucking worth it. Some clamps on there. In fact, they're still up. They clamp on there. So, it's the wrong side, but you get the picture. We don't want to build a weld up there. Mr. Painter Man can fill that corner. And we have welded them completely that end inside. Although we're a bit fucking browned up from the oil burning off it, but it's all good. So, they're all welded. Tigged up. Yeah. Ready to go back on. That's welded, ready to go back on. This is all cooled down now. Everything's cool. I've had a measure of these gaps. The gap at the back there, the gap for this engine mount there. All of that shit is all sound. Nothing closed up. My sprags did the trick, as I know they do. Tried and tested. So we'll get the thing back together. So first things first, what we're going to do is put this on its side. Probably, let's work it out. So we have a side mount that makes things a bit fucking awkward on this side. So if we lower it on from that side, sit it on that side over that way, drop it on from that side, we should be good to go. Far easier than trying to pick this fucking engine up and throw it in that hole, is to lay this down on its side and lower the frame over it. Okay, so we've got this on its side. Josh is going to grab that back end. I'm going to grab this front end. And we are going over this bad boy. Yeah. Get one of these front ones on, look. So it's resting. A bit awkwardly, but they will go. That's good. Leave it at that. So that's the frame in the engine, basically. Then we've got our plates that we marked, left hand top and bottom, so we can jiggle them in place and get everything in, and then we just stand it up. So you're not carrying this. So that's what I'm showing you for. So this is fucking heavy, especially if you're on your own. You're not managing it. So lay it on its side, chock it up with wood so it's not all over the place. Give yourself clearance with the ground. So don't have this sticking up and, you know, dragging on the floor while you're trying to get it in. And you'll be fine. If you put a sheet of cardboard down when it's painted, this is how I do it. So yeah, happy days. We'll get them off camera and then we can get it on its wheels. So there you go, that just took 10 minutes. Everything's in. Josh is just tightening the carbs up. So if I was Mr. Andrew, I would strip everything off this before I transported it. But I want him to see it, and I want him to see it as well. So it's quite boring, the next bit. Lift up the front, put the front in, put the back wheel in, electrics box, mudguard, or mudguard next. Don't have to do mudguard next because I've got the foresight to weld fucking nuts on the back, so you don't need to get a spanner up the arse end of it, because they're a cunt to get at sometimes. So we'll do them captive, eh? Right then, we're done. Fucking hell, it is nearly 2 o'clock, 20 to 2. Me and our Josh have grafted our little tits off this morning to bring you a really short little video that's just surmises one of my builds for that nice Mr. Andrew. He found my Triumph, if you don't know the story, online, and was so enamoured that he tracked me down and asked me to build one in a similar vein, which I'm sure you'll agree I have. Yeah, so that is now ready to go off, and he will get the exhaust made. He will do whatever he needs to do. And then he will return. He's promised me he will return. It may be next summer. It may be a winter project for him. He does have a life outside of building bikes, unlike some of us. So you will see it again. And I can't fucking wait. Although he's doing it weird colours. I bet he can hear me. Watches all this. He's doing it like a British racing green, which is fucking great. But I think he's getting a bit carried away with how much green for my taste, which I think is fucking great because it ain't my bike, you know. So yeah, sits well. Let's have a look. And what have we actually made from scratch? Frame, headstock, yeah, electrics box, yeah, all the engine mounts, all the threaded fasteners, all these bosses, everything and all I made. Yeah, that's unmade, that's unmade. I've only ever made 2, and I've got the other. They're my forward controls. If anybody asks me to make forwards, that's what you're getting. I made a few sets now. 2 of my shops have got them on. One's not. The Dyna's not. I didn't think they were on vogue for the Dyna. Rear fender things. These are fucking amazing. These have got motor gadgets. Let me try and find them. I can tell I'm not prepared. So these, I've made these little adapters that go on these multi-lights. These are indicator backlight, tail light, sorry, stop light, brake light we call that, and they screw into this adapter that I'm tapping with my thumb, and that screws into there. There's a little grub screw underneath, and they sit fucking like that. I've not put them in because they're going to fall out on his trailer, isn't there? But all you see of that is that. That's fucking great. So they took some making. Happy days. I'm really pleased with this. Again, if I forget when you pick it up, nice Mr. Andrew, you might want to get these cleaned off and when you get this polished or whatever you're doing with the yokes, because I've utilised the power of your radiator mounts for your steering stops there. They just fucking cap on there, lovely, absolutely lovely. There we go, we're on that other side. There's no bearings in the headstock, so know how to race it. Oh, the top one might be it. I don't think the bottom races. So it just leaves me. Look at this knob. I've got you resting. I'm using the bed of the fucking milling machine as a steady for the other end of the fucking camera phone because I want to frame the shot with me and the bike, and it's not working out very well. So look, it just leaves me as always to say thanks for watching. If you like this build, it has got its own playlist on the channel, that Andrew's Triumph Chopper. And you can see pretty much everything apart from slotting the yokes because I didn't want to fucking. That was bad enough. It took. You don't know how long it took to slot them yokes. But pretty much everything else is on there. You can see that from start to finish, from a pile of bits to that rolling chassis that is behind us. Yep, there's a few on there. It just leaves me as always. It's really warm and I've fucking had enough to say. Thanks for watching. If you like what you see, please give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing or even joining as a member. It makes a massive difference, honestly. And I will catch you on the next one. Big love everyone, and I will see you soon.